3 years ago, my friends and I went on that fateful hike. We went with tents and large backpacks. The final destination was a small mountain located 25 kilometers from our city. It took us about 9 hours to get to it. Having set up camp at the foot of this very mountain, we began to rest. The place was very beautiful, and we enjoyed the peace after a long road under the scorching sun. In the morning, when we woke up, we found out that Alyosha, our chief, had lost his GPS navigator because he had an idiotic habit of carrying it in a mesh pocket without a zipper. "Don't be afraid, people," he said cheerfully. "After all, we will go back, we remember the way. Let's go back," angry at Alyosha. And he calmly pretended that he remembered every bush. About 3 hours later we came to a lake that none of us had seen before. But Alyosha said that we just made a small detour from the previous route, that's all. The water was clean, it's a sin not to bathe. We put down our things, undressed and got into the water. Alyosha decided to play and started drowning me. I went under the water with my head pushed off from the bottom and surfaced. At the same time, I was surprised that the bottom of the lake was sandy, but the surface from which I pushed off was clearly iron and rusty. I jumped out on the shore with screams. I stepped on something. Everyone started laughing. Alyosha dived in there to check, and there was a sharp creak, as if an old rusty door had opened. Suddenly the water began to sink into the ground, and not in one whirlpool, but in parts here and there. Everyone rushed out of the water. Fortunately they were not far from the shore. Only Alyosha was not there before we had time to realize what had happened. The shore also abruptly began to settle. We ran away from the cursed lake, in the place of which now there is only a large pit. One of us, Dasha, had stumbled, but we didn't have a second to help her. I heard the screams of my friends nearby. My best friend Anton also fell. I rushed to him, even though the holes were getting deeper and everything was falling down, but the ground between us sank and I couldn't get to him. I saw his eyes when he was hiding under the sand. I ran on, tears blurring my eyes. I don't know how long I ran. I don't remember exactly when the ground under me stopped sinking. I woke up when the highway flashed ahead like a gray stripe. I started voting, and soon I caught a car. I asked the people in the car to help my friends. We walked back to the lake together, although I felt lousy and was afraid to take another step. We didn't find any lake, and neither did my friends. The ground was smooth sand, grass. The sinkhole swallowed up people and disappeared without a trace.
I created the channel quite recently. Please write in the comments what I need to change in the video. Please support me by liking and subscribing to the channel. Thanks.